Good day, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. My name is ChiefDog24. Let's go into this one then. So we are back again on Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered for the second Need for Speed Hot Pursuit video while I'm on holiday. This one coming out on Thursday, but it was recorded Wednesday last week. So yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying it, and if I've got to over 100 subs at this point, then I apologise that I can't make a video congratulating me, but yeah, I'll have to do that when I'm back if I have got it. Maybe I haven't, I don't know. But anyway, these are the stats that we've got so far. 34% of the way through the game. So only a slight jump, to be honest, from last episode, which is a bit weird. Whereas the episode before that, we had a massive jump. So not too sure how that's working out. But we're going to be doing the no substitute race. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a decent one to start off with. We can choose from a multiple different amount of Porsches, but the only one we have is the 911 Turbo S Cabriolet, and we're going to be colouring it in yellow. We're going to be driving through night conditions and also thunderstorms at 11 PM. Obviously gold is the time that we want to beat, and 7.5 miles for the circuit, or for the route, sorry. Because we're on public roads, because we're illegal street racers. Time is 11 PM. And we get a little preview of some of the landmarks we'll be driving past from the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Seacrest County area. But we're now all lined up, all 8 of us in different Porsches, and we are ready as the thunder begins to clap around us. Oh, sorry, there's only 7 of us, I thought there was 8. And we get underway, but a bit of a slow getaway. I can tell that we're definitely the underdog car here, definitely compared to some of the meaner looking ones like these two, the GT, is that 2 or 3 RS? And also these 918 Spiders, I think, that are ahead of us as well. Not too sure, I can't remember the name of that Porsche, because they've got quite a few cars which are named fairly similarly. But we're going to take the off-road and take through this little shortcut, get a little tap on the rear, and so that does mean that the others are starting to catch us. In fact, one of them does pass us just about through this tunnel, and around the bend and through to the next tunnel. Well, this guy was in second, but then he dropped back down to third after he had a bit of a weird hit on the inside, I believe. And now we've reached our top speed of about 194, and we slam into this white Porsche to try and get him to move out of the way. He's not backing down so easily though, so we have to pass through the bridge, through the tunnel, and we're going to be swinging left towards the sort of foresty railroad sort of section. In fact, the road is called Bear Hollow, so we'll hopefully not see any bears. But as we continue to go through into the latter part of this event, I can now see that the fella has in fact taken a shortcut, as well as the man in third, and so they've gained a little bit of ground on us, but we're able to stay ahead and take this shortcut, in which the man in second does follow us with, because I feel like this shortcut 100% saves you so much time, and yeah, it's now become a bit of a 2-horse race, as the rest of them are all way too far behind, and we've got just about under, or just about over, coming up to under a mile left of the circuit, or of the event should I say, and probably looking to take the shortcut, which we do. The other guy follows us, so as long as we don't crash, it should be a bag win, because he's not going to be able to gain any time by following us, pretty much. And as we come out, we can see the flares for the finish, cross the finish line, and that is us done with a 2 minute 42.28 and a gold awarded. So, I'm getting a bit out of breath here, but well done to us. That is the event done and dusted, and I'm going to zoom in here, but we're like so close to just getting the next tier. We're in fact 750 points away, so a little bit more erratic driving and we would have got it, but in the end we don't get it done, which sucks. But anyway, we're going to be going on to the guided missile rapid response event. Again, I don't like doing these, but you sort of have to continue the I guess the quest, or you know, the your progression through this game. As we're going to be using the SLS AMG, and the conditions are sunny at 6 AM with 4 minute 14 for the distinction time. Let's head on to the event.
Central to all units, officers require assistance on Coral Bay Drive. This is a training exercise, but you will be evaluated as this is with a live situation.
Right, so a large amount of distance to cover in order to get to the suspect that's at the end of the event, and we have to be very cautious, especially at this first part. We're going to be going high speed through plenty of different tunnels, and while traffic's fairly light at the moment, anything can happen. There's a box truck here and we have to let off the gas a little bit and then get on it again and keep going. But yeah, I do apologise as well for the sound of the engine, because it's just basically like one constant buzzing noise. It sounds like, well, when we speed up, it sounds a bit like a buzz cut is being done with the razor. But well, we weren't able to cut it close enough there, because we did in fact hit the barrier and get a 2-second time penalty for the collision. And we're being a little bit dangerous by going on the oncoming. That was just to try and build up a bit of boost as we speed things up again. And again, I do apologise for the sound that the car makes. It's not the best, and we are just basically going in a straight line pretty much, just dodging traffic where we need to. As we come over the top of this hill, we're left with a bit of a dilemma, and we end up hitting traffic to try and avoid it, and then climbing the wall, which didn't really need to do that one. But yeah, it is a bit tricky when there's traffic which is blocking all 3 lanes, and we tried to go in the middle of it, but didn't work. As we speed things up once again, fly past this box truck, and you can see there's going to be a collision here, but for some reason he's able to lift up the other truck's bed and be able to continue. But yeah, pretty interesting tactics to remove the traffic for us there. Thank you very much, Mr. Red Truck. But now we're going to continue around the coastal part of the event, which fortunately has some corners, so we can get a little bit of a respite from the buzzing sound of the engine. While it does sound good, it's just got like such a low sort of growl to it, then it makes it that when we're on the rev limiter, we're bouncing off of the rev limiter, we're just it doesn't sound amazing. But we continue to travel through the off-road section, because again, I feel like this part is faster when you're off-road. As we cut over the top, again taking this nice and easily through the I don't know, what is this, the logging station? So we get a slight penalty for colliding with the wall, and we come out of the tunnel here, and there's a red car and we have to avoid him, and that makes us end up crashing into the wall again. But 3 minutes 38 is on the clock, and 4 minutes 14 is distinction time, and we are literally, well, there you go, you can see the finish line just up ahead, and I end up crashing into this random traffic car that was on the start finish, or the finish line should I say, and then finally the event triggers us completing it, so we get a 3 minute 47.41 with a distinction time. Not sure if it did actually give us the penalty for colliding with traffic or not, but it doesn't matter in the end because we get the win. But no new cars are available to us, so we'll just go on to the next event, which finally we're getting a second gauntlet event. But again, I don't ever remember this one being in the main, in the original game that I played on the PC. And that is because we're going to be driving the Lamborghini Countach. And again, like I've said, I swear we didn't have this in the main game, but sunny conditions at 7 AM with 6 spike strips, 2 jammers, 1 turbo, and 4 minutes 30 for the gold. So we go around, there you go, we pull up to this police car with 11.3 miles ahead of us for this event and decide to overtake him at some speed. He flashes his lights a little bit to ask us to pull over, but of course we are suspects, so we won't be doing that, and now he puts on the lights properly this time, and we now need to try and escape. But he's basically asking for a spike strip there, and so he got one, and that is him probably down to about half-ish health, as we get plenty of spike strips available to us. But we're going to be heading on to the off-road here. We're able to gap him quite a fair bit, which I was surprised throughout the entire event how fast we were, with the Lamborghini Countach from obviously the 1980s. And as we zoom ahead, you can see there's a roadblock and there's a slight gap on the outside that we take to avoid it, but to be honest it was cutting it quite fine. But fortunately we were able to get through, and we have one person pursuing us, now 2, as there's a second Ford Shelby GT500 looking to arrest us. Hopefully they don't damage this car too much because it's a bit of a priceless relic. As we also try and chuck out a spike strip, which I thought might drift into his path, but it doesn't in the end. So we deploy a turbo to try and get away from him. This seems like, I've deployed it here because it feels like this is the only part where there's going to be a long enough straightaway, but the party gets spoiled a little bit here because there's a roadblock. Fortunately we're able to go straight through the middle of it, but it did mean that we needed to scrub off more speed than what I would have liked. But we've got a massive gap now to the cars behind, which is good for us because while we want to survive and we want to take out some of these cops, the main goal is to try and get to the finish before the time runs out. And so we had to avoid a traffic car there, and then there's a third police officer now chasing us. So yeah, not amazing, but we chuck out a spike strip and it does eventually hit one of them as we drift around this corner. 4.8 miles left and about halfway, just about halfway to the event finishing, for the time at least. And now we have to wait for them to catch up to us a little bit. And we now need to turn right here. But as we turn right, you can hear the sirens, and there's a flipping roadblock in the way, and I just couldn't get to the point where you could get through the little gap, and we have to get going again because we've been massively slowed down here. 2 minutes 35 is our time with 3.9 miles, so we've got about 2-ish minutes to get through here. We deploy a spike strip that does take out at least one of the cops, but now we have 4 different interceptor units all on us, as also I think they requested a helicopter, but we take out another fella with a spike strip and he does crash into another mate as the aerial unit is shown to us. There he is above us. Fortunately it's a level 1, so as soon as he deploys one drop, that is it. But I'm going to slow this completely right down here because there's a spike strip deployed, and out of nowhere some flipping magic happens and these guys just come out of nowhere and slam me straight into the barrier. Like, what the hell is this? And so I was completely annoyed at this point. I could see the helicopter was stationary, which means he's dropping a spike strip, so we deploy a jammer, we deploy our own spike strip, and that wrecks that cop. But yeah, completely, like, I have no idea what is going on in this episode. First we had red trucks racing against each other, now we have cops spawning in front of us and taking us out, and we have this interesting roadblock which has completely stopped us as well. And then to the right, just to put the cherry on top, there's just an officer that's on the outside of the bridge. So I think this event perhaps needs a bit more play testing, as we get a second cop wrecked, which does collide into another one, but that won't be the last we see of him. And so we decide to take the shortcut here because we've got just under about about 40-ish seconds, I'd say, until the event is done. We've got about a mile left. We take out this one cop, so there's only one left, which is good for us. He tries to deploy a spike strip in front, but we deploy a jammer to counteract it and get rid of it. And I mean, we may as well, because it's the end of the event anyway, pretty much. And so we drift around the cop. He comes back towards us. We try to stop him to make sure he doesn't interfere. He ends up crashing with a traffic car, and we cross the line with a 4-minute 21.55. So actually quite generous, as we get a gold award as well. But yeah, quite generous time that they give you for the fact that we were stopped twice and we had multiple collisions with the police. But this time there's no denying that so I get a voice crack. There is no denying that we will be going over the license for the races this time. We definitely got over 750 points, and so that is a new one. We've increased our bounty now to a felon 2 level 7, and so we are definitely getting further into the ranks. But we also get the Lamborghini Countach, as you'd expect, for completing that event. So that is nice that we're able to acquire it. So we got it for both the police and the racers as well. And we also get another car as well in the form of the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, which is the other one we saw at the start of the event for today's episode. And it's also one that we did a preview event, so we come almost full circle here. But we're going to finish off today's episode with a Run to the Hills Hot Pursuit event. And yeah, once again it starts off sort of in the desert-y section on the highway and heads towards the mountains, as most of these events seem to be going. But we're going to finally use the Lamborghini Gallardo, I don't know how you say it. But it's night conditions at 4 AM, 5 roadblocks, 2 helicopters, 7 busts is what we are looking for. Alright, here we go. Apologise if I sound out of breath, because I'm really starting to struggle with all of this commentary over the last few days that I've been doing for the videos. Because of course I did last week's videos and this week's videos in the same, the same basically week, because I'm of course on holiday right now. But that guy's also sent packing as well, because he's out already and we barely started the event. I think there's been less than a mile, and we deploy a roadblock ahead of us just to try and bunch up the cars a bit, and fortunately it does cause some collisions, and it also has parted the way like Moses, because multiple cars are on their sides or on their roofs, and we're just continuing to follow this red SLS because I want to make sure that we're fairly close to the front of the pack, as the guy in front did also make a traffic collision that you might have been able to see there as well. As we go either side of the van, sort of sucks in this event that we mainly have stuff which can slow down people rather than actually do loads of damage and take them out. So it is going to be a bit of a tricky one as we deploy a helicopter and a roadblock now that we're out of the tunnel sort of section. Plenty of open roads here, but another thing that's open is this roadblock. Where the hell are all the cops? Like, it's just the barriers. There's no cops at all. It has worked a little bit, it has slowed down some of the suspects. But where the hell was the roadblock? It was just a phantom roadblock. We're just going to stop them with visible force. And we've finally got the helicopter coming in. It's taken a while for him to come in. It's also taken us a while to get some busts going, because we only have one right now. And there's only 6.3 miles left, so it is looking a bit shaky. But the good news is that as these guys drive past us, because I'm trying to get behind them so we can deploy roadblocks and smash into them and everything, they are, quite a few of them are fairly-ish low health. That guy is definitely low health as we take him out. And there's multiple people in this roadblock here that we sort of juggle that Aston Martin. He deploys in front of us and he goes from out of the frying pan and into the fire as the helicopter finally does its job and gets a bust. and that's a pass achieved for us. We go into the first guy, get a kamikaze dive on him and take him out, and now we're up to a merit, and there's only 2 of them left. We get a deployed spike strip from one of them ahead, and he goes from deploying a spike strip to hitting a spike strip, so that is him down. There's only 1 fella left now, and he's on pretty weak health. We deploy a roadblock, but we won't even need it, as we're just able to kiss the back of his car, and that is that race done. So for a while it was looking a bit shaky with the amount of cars that there were which weren't busted, but with the helicopter and with the roadblocks we're able to damage a bunch of them and then just keep piling and piling on the busts, and that's given us a distinction award in 2 minutes 40. But you are going to see we did get a reward, and you can just about see there that we got the helicopter upgrade as we hit the last guy, because we got 10 helicopter spike strip busts. So yeah, you can just about see that we got a reward there, but it was quite tricky, and again I didn't even notice. But the helicopter is now level 3, so let's have the lady explain it to us.
Units now feature enhanced fuel and spike strip loadouts to maximize time on station.
So a bit of a short cinematic there. I guess there isn't really much you can upgrade about a helicopter apart from increasing its time available and the amount of spike strips it can drop. But we also get the Shelby GT500 for the police side of things as well. But that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, you can go ahead and hit the like button, comment on anything you enjoyed below, subscribe if you enjoy all of my content. Leave some constructive criticism as well. Good stuff so far in this series. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. But till then, it's been Chief Dog 24. I'll see you guys in the next one.